Hey guys, this is Andrew with Figure Fandom Review. Today we're going to be reviewing the SH Figuarts Son Goku Ultra Instinct Toyotarou Edition. They really have a thing with names. Anyways, for those of you who are curious about this, I myself was really looking forward to this. It's very much so the same as the original Ultra Instinct Goku, with the exception of the head and a couple changes they've done to the coloration on this figure. But with this, Tamashii really wanted you to have a kind of special edition feel, is what I'm getting from this, with overall packaging and just presentation. So for those of you who are super box collectors, you're in luck. This is definitely what you've been looking for. It definitely has that premium collector's feeling. But yeah, let's go ahead, let's take him off the stand and let's just dive right in. Alright guys, so before we go into the aesthetics of the figure, let's just take a look at the box, because the box for this figure is definitely pretty cool. It's one of the more unique boxes we've ever gotten from SH Figuarts. So for this figure here, we do get the Son Goku with what appears to be a Toyotarou signature right there, which is pretty cool. One of the most prominent features of the box, and one of the most unique things we see here, is instead of a picture of the figure, we do actually get a drawing, which I'm guessing here, but may have been drawn by Toyotarou himself for Ultra Instinct Goku. So that is pretty neat, and that's pretty cool. We do have gold lettering on the side here. This is Dragon Ball SH Figuarts. Now, turning the box sideways, we do get a image of him with his, I guess, windswept hair. Picture of Kamehameha hands. My favorite faceplate right now, which is him with the eyes closed. On the back, we do get an identical front cover of the Figurepedia that comes with the set. And if you come over here on the other side, we do get more pictures of him, more like arms and knees and whatnot, but we do also get a picture of his angry shouting face, Toyotarou edition. So pretty cool box. It's got a nice little heft to it, a solid feel. So really cool. If you're a box collector, this is definitely for you. And especially because as a box collector, you get not one, but you get two boxes. So yeah, he comes in a box within a box. So for this one, for the packaging on the inside, it is a kind of pseudo replica of this, except you do get the picture of the figure in the same pose as the bigger box, which is pretty neat and actually kind of cool. You do get silver lettering here, as well as another signature of Toyotarou down there. If you switch it around on the side, you do get a replica of the exact other side of the bigger box, which is pretty cool. And then on the back, of course, they give us poses and iconic poses that you can put the figure in. So all in all, really nice. Again, if you are a box collector, this is probably the figure you really wanted. So good job to them on that. Let's go ahead and let's dive into the aesthetics. Alright, so for the aesthetics, I felt it best if we just do a comparison between the original release on the right and the new Toyotarou release on the left. So from the neck all the way down to the feet, there really is no difference in the molding at all. It's the exact same body and molding from neck to feet. The major differences you're going to see are in the colors used, really, and shading. So on the Toyotarou edition, it's going to have a lighter orange, or brighter orange rather, with a light blue or bright blue shoes, as opposed to the darker orange and darker blue shoes of the original. As well as there is shading that you will see on this figure in the chest, middle of the chest area and middle of abdomens, to the middle, to the shoulders, and on the forearms and along the tricep area. So along the sides of the arms primarily is where you're going to see the shading for this figure. The major differences is really going to be in the hair sculpt and face plates that you get. So if you are a fan of the anime, you're more than likely going to prefer the original, like myself. However, if you're a fan of the manga, you're probably going to really prefer the Toyotarou edition, because it is more manga accurate, and you're going to get a lot of those more manga style faceplates, or completely get manga style faceplates. So really, up to you which one you prefer. Personally though, I do like them both, and they both have things that I find that I like, but my preference is going to be to the one on the right. That being said, let's go ahead and let's get into the articulation of the figure. So for articulation, let's go ahead and we'll start from the top like we usually do. So starting from the top, I will let you know that his head does have a little bit of wobble to it. And I think it's primarily because the head was designed separate from the body. This is obviously an older body, and this is just a new sculpt they did for the head for the Toyotarou edition. So I don't know if that's why, or maybe it's just my copy, but there's a little bit of wobble to it. It's kind of loose feeling, but I mean, it still poses just fine. It's not like if I pose it here, it's gonna fall to the side or anything. It'll stay there. It's just kind of loose feeling. So you do get, of course, your head pivot. So from side to side, no problem. The neck also does help to articulate that, so pretty cool. You can put his head in his chest without issue, so that is really nice. He doesn't look back very well, and of course that's just because the back of his hair is blocking his articulation, typical Tamashii. Going to his arms now. His arms do go out all the way to 90, so you do get 90 degrees out there, which is to me perfect. That's more than sufficient. For his butterfly joint, I'm just going to be honest, the butterfly joint on this figure is not very good in my opinion. I don't like it. I didn't like it on the original one, and it's the same body, so I still don't like it. So you don't get a whole lot of range with the butterfly joint, unfortunately, and it does gap a little bit. So it's not the worst gapping we've seen, but it is there, so just gonna let you know. For his bicep, he does get a bicep swivel, which works pretty good. He does have double jointed elbows, so there you go. It works really good. His hands, I do find his wrist to be a little stiff, honestly, so it moves, but it's just a little stiff. My original doesn't feel that way, so I don't know if it's just this copy, or maybe, I don't know, it needs to get worn in a bit, who knows, but it is a little stiff. Now for the upper ab cut, if you're looking down, it works pretty good. It works really good actually, and you don't get any gapping really in the back, so that's nice. Now the problem is if you want to look up, you get major gapping, and you could see his peg all the way in the back too, which is not good. So just be mindful of that if you try to look him up. The waist has, for the waist you get really good range out of it, so sideways range especially, and it just looks good. My god, his obliques look amazing, dude. So he just, sculpt wise, it looks really good, and you could twist it, and the the frayed shirt and pants right here, it moves with you, so you can move that completely and doesn't restrict you in any way, or you could hold it and move it separate. So you do have options with how you move his and articulate his waist. So going to his legs now. His legs go out to 90, which is cool. Benefit of being on a 2.0 body. His legs can kick all the way back, so that's nice. Downsides of a 2.0 body, he's not really going to be doing the splits too well. I mean, he can, it's okay, it's fair, but it's not what the 3.0s can do. He does get that side kick, so you do have that. So there you go. You do get a thigh cut, so you can twist his thigh. For knees, you do get a double jointed knee, which works very well. And for his feet, you do get his feet on an ankle, a slight, it's like a ball peg, but you do get some ankle rock out of it, which is nice. And it can move back a little bit, not a whole lot though, but it can move forward a decent amount, but with gap. So oops, sorry, losing focus. So mindful, it can move forward with gap, and if you're posing it from this direction though, it's not going to look bad, but if you're posing it from the side, you're going to see the gapping there. His toe hinge is not the prettiest toe hinge, but it is effective, has enough surface area to actually help him balance, so that is helpful. I'd prefer it to work that way than to look pretty. I mean, I prefer both if I could have it, but if I had to choose one or the other, I'd at least want it to work. So it does work very well at balancing him. And yeah, for articulation, that is about it. I mean, he's pretty standard, he's the same as the previous figure, so I thought that one was pretty good, and this one is pretty good as well. So let's go ahead and move into the accessories. So for accessories, we get a angry teeth gritted face. We also get a looking to his left face, kind of a stern face. We also get an eyes closed, like focusing face, which I like, that's kind of my favorite. We also get a shouting, angry face with his windswept hair, which you can utilize any of the faces with that hair. You get 2 martial artist hands. We also get 2 Kamehameha or grasping hands. We also will get 2 open palm blasting hands, and on him in the packaging, which you've seen already, we do get 2 fists. Alright, so lastly for accessories, we do get the Dragon Ball SH Figurepedia. So this is one of the highlights of this release, is you get this booklet that gives you a rundown of all the previous releases. It also gives you some breakdown with an interview from Toyotarou, which is pretty cool, and just, you know, lets you look at all the previous releases. It'll give you information like, for instance, the release date that it came out. It'll also say the price in yen, and whether it was a retail or it was a Tamashii web exclusive. So pretty cool to go and look back at, you know, run through memory lane and be like, oh yeah, I remember when that, you know, was coming out, how I felt. Also just to see how far they've come too, because they have come a long way between, for instance, Krillin's here. You have the original Krillin, and then you got this new Krillin. By the way, I, you know, started doing reviews after this came out, but this thing is a beast. I love that figure. But yeah, so really cool to just run through memory lane and see all the stuff that's come out so far. So there you go. Alright guys, there you have it. SH Figuarts Son Goku Ultra Instinct Toyotarou Edition. For me, I do like the figure a lot. I love the first one. I thought it was so cool. There are issues with it, of course, just like there are with most of the SH Figuarts line. There's always something that's, you know, usually wrong with one of them or 2 of them. But I do really like this figure. To be fair though, if you do already own the original Ultra Instinct and you're just a fan and you really like that version, I found that I'm not a fan of the manga styled faceplates. I think that if that's all you're really getting it for, and you already own the original, I don't really think it's worth buying if that's the case. However, if you are just a super collector like myself and you just want to grab them all, you know, then why not? Or if you just weren't lucky enough to get your hands on the original release, then absolutely, this is definitely worth it. It's pretty cool. You know, I really can't complain about it, you know, especially if you're a collector, box collector. This is probably one of the coolest boxes you're going to have in your collection. So all in all, a really great figure. I give this one, you know, honestly an 8 out of 10. There's still some issues with it that transfer over to this figure because it's the same body, but they did add some beautiful shading on the body. If you're a fan of the brighter style for the pants and whatnot, it's definitely worth it. So really good figure still overall. If you are new to my channel though, please subscribe. Go ahead, you know, click the like button, you know, leave a comment. I really do like to interact with everybody. I think that's one of the coolest aspects of being in the content creator realm, which is weird for me to say, but I get to interact with people and we get to share opinions, and you know, it's a wonderful time in the comment section. So jump on in, leave a comment, you know, give your opinion. If you love it, great. If you hate it, hell, tell me why. You know, I'm always down to listen. So with that being said, of course, as always, be safe and keep collecting. I'll see you guys later.